All right, my people, man. I'm just checking out these new connections and stuff like that, man. We are uh we're starting some new broadcasts, some new content. We're going to be bringing that content to our people. So give me just a second so I can get this, make sure we got this out to everybody. What I've decided to do, for those that don't know who I am, ERGJ, I'm certified financial educator. Basically, I teach people about money. I specifically focus on in the areas of philosophy of money, of the stock market and cryptocurrency. And so, and I'm real big on my Facebook page, but I realize I have a lot of followers as well on Instagram and things like that, and YouTube. So I'm going to try and start to begin to do multicasting across these different platforms, the different networks I'm at. So today is the trial run to see how this goes. Definitely going to be looking for you guys' feedback as to what this is. Now, we'll say tomorrow on our Facebook page, if you're not there, we are going to be broadcasting the return of the Money and Power show, which will be where we actually in the morning we go over what's going on in the stock market, what's going on in cryptocurrency. So that's going to be Monday through Friday. We're going to be doing that around 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm thinking I want to do it before the market opens. So we'll be doing that. So if you are following me on Instagram or YouTube, that's not something I'm gonna put out there. That's something that you're gonna want to kind of connect with me on my Facebook page, is ERGJ Enterprises. If you really want to learn about money, you want to learn about the stock market, you want to learn about cryptocurrency, that's where I'll be broadcasting that. What I'll be doing for this broadcast, though, is to really be elevating our minds. What I've come to understand, or what I've decided to do for my life, is to make reading a priority in my life. To make reading a priority in my life, I found that as I have decided to read more, and books more than TV, books more than YouTube, books more than some of the other things that we do to entertain ourselves. I found that my mind has been able to be elevated more. Creativity comes. I'm able to use what God has given me to make better decisions financially for my life. And so what I want to be able to do is to bring to you some of the things that I read along with you, and introduce to you some of these concepts, man. If we really want to be wealthy, if we really want to, if we really have a desire to do this thing right as it relates to money, then we have to consistently feed ourselves with money principles. Feed ourselves. See, if you think about what you are, what you eat, right? So what is it that you're eating, right? Not many of us are eating healthy financial habits. Not many of us are eating things that are good for our finances. And so we may find ourselves where we are financially because we're not eating things that are good for us as it relates to money, which is money principles, money philosophy, things like that. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Not too many people are going to be interested in this because, they want to be entertained. And I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to empower you, to educate you, and to help you win with money at the end of the day. So this is New Black Wall Street. This is the Financial Book Club. Today we're actually going through The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. I'm going to be starting. This is going to be a series. It's called The Habit of Saving. Everybody that's watching right now, put in the comments below, The Habit of Saving. The Habit of Saving. Once I got through reading this chapter, it really inspired me to get back to this, which is bringing awareness to some things that people might love. By the way, I am an author. Black Billionaires Club is the book that I wrote. It's about the 12 black billionaires in the world today. It's going down since I wrote the book, but I think we got 10 now. So basically, out of 2,043 billionaires in the world, only 12 of them are black. So I decided to write a book about those 12 so that we could begin to learn how they built their wealth. And if you want to be wealthy, guys, you got to study wealthy people. What I'm going to do for you is through the end of the year, if you buy the book, you're going to get a free class. And that free class is going to be How to Bitcoin. So many people, they want, not so many people, those that are introduced to this cryptocurrency world, those that are introduced to Bitcoin, they want to learn more about it, right? Well, if you want to learn more about it, I got a class available for you to teach you how to buy Bitcoin, how to sell Bitcoin, how to trade Bitcoin, and how to cash out of Bitcoin. Those are things that you need to know. To go into an investment without knowing how to get out of it, that's foolish, right? To invest in something but know nothing about the other things involved with it, that's foolish. And so if you want to learn about Bitcoin, which is helping to make a lot of people rich, which I believe is the greatest wealth transfer of our lifetime, of my lifetime. I don't know about how long you've been living, but I believe it's the greatest wealth transfer of our lifetime. It's able to put money into common people's hands who know what to do with it. Well, you got to learn about it. You got to decide you're going to learn about it. And so I've got a class available for it. And it's very simple. Buy the book, you get the class. Just go over to theblackbillionairesclub.com, theblackbillionairesclub.com, and you can actually buy the book. Give me about an hour to update the link so that the link goes to the book that goes to the class that you'll get when you buy the book. So if you're interested in the Black Billionaires Club, learn about wealthy Black folk. If you're interested in learning about Bitcoin, you can get it all in one package. This is my gift to you, people that are saying that they're serious about learning about money so that they don't never have to be broke another day in their life. Well, that's what I have available for you. But at any rate, guys, man, I want to get this show started. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody that's following right now. Let me know where you're watching from. I know what city, what state, what country, whatever the case may be. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm really surprised I got so many people here on Instagram that want to know about money. Hey, so that's good. That's good that we do have some people that's interested. And they're not just talking about building wealth. They're doing some things on a Sunday morning that's going to be different so they can actually begin to build wealth. And so we're going to be going through on the Financial Book Club. Again, the habit of saving money. Let me get my intro music ready to go so we can get this thing off and running. What's up, Atlanta, Georgia, Christy, Norman, Denver, Colorado's in the house. Yes, NBA never broke again. Change your heart, change your mind, change your life. Can change your world. So what do we? Thanks so much for tuning in wherever you may be. Hey, thanks so much for the support, man. Not too many people are willing to put themselves out here with a new idea, a virtual book club, where we can begin to empower ourselves, right? My mentor says this. He says that formal education will make you a living. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Let me say that again. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. How many guys can attest that you have understood that the more that you empower yourself, the more that you learn on your own, the richer you have become? The skills that you have learned, the things that you've learned how to build, the things that you've learned how to create have made you some money, more money than that job would have made you. See, once I began to get into enhance the skills and abilities that God has given me, I've been able to turn those skills and abilities into cash flow. And I've been able to use that cash flow to build wealth. And that's just what it's about, man. So today we're coming from the law of success. I want to say hello to everybody that's on Facebook, hello to everybody that's on YouTube, and hello to everybody that's on Instagram. The law of success, right? Not too many people are going to read a book like this, okay? I mean, it's just you know, our span of attention just won't allow us to get into a good book that's been over 100 years old and still has principles that we can apply today that can actually be beneficial to our life. Not many people are going to read a book like this. Well, I'm a part of we decided we're going to be serious about this thing, and we're going to go through a book like this. And so I'd encourage you to get the book. It's not a book that I sell in our bookstore, but it is a powerful book nonetheless. And if you're serious about this thing, you might want to get The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. I don't really like to promote books that I don't sell because I don't make no money off of them. But this is a good book that's going to help empower you. Self-education, make your fortune. So we're going through of saving money, the habit of saving money. And so this is going to be a series, guys. I'm going to come to you guys. I don't know how often. Name again, the law of success. The law of success. So hopefully everybody can see that. Oh, from Facebook, there you go. YouTube, Instagram. All right, the law of success. All right, so this from Napoleon Hill, man. And as I begin to read through this, I'll share some of my thoughts with you. I'm more of a conversationalist. I'm more of a teacher than I am. I'm just not going to read it to you. I'm just going to share some of my points, some of my thoughts, and get some of your thoughts as well, so we can have some engagement, some interaction going on here on the Financial Book Club. So the habit of saving says this in the beginning, a quote says, man is a combination of flesh, bone, blood, hair, and brain cells. These are the building materials out of which he shapes the law of habit, his own personality. How do you know, how many guys know that you are where you are and you are who you are based upon the habits that you have developed? And what that says is that, well, hey, if I want to be somebody else, or I want to grow, develop, mature, if I want a better life for myself, then I must create better habits. So it's the law of habit. Everybody put in comments below, law of habit. It's the law of habit. The things that you have that have all come from habit. Your personality, how you treat people, how you handle money. It's all habit. And so it says to us that there is a way through habits in our life that can lead us to prosperity, that can lead us to being debt-free, that can lead us to financial freedom, that can lead us to financial independence, all if we just decide to establish new habits, right? You're probably broke because you got a habit of spending. You may be wealthy because you got the habit of investing. You got to ask yourself, what habits have you implemented, or what habits have you developed in your life that's led you to be in whatever position that you might be in today? The habits. Goes on to say this in the beginning. It says to advise one to save money without describing how to save would be somewhat like drawing the picture of a horse and writing under it, this is a horse. It is obvious that to all that the saving of money is one of the essentials for success. How many guys would agree with that? That saving money is essential to success, right? So it's that. This is why I tell people that this thing called money, it isn't logical. See, it's obvious to all that if I want to win with money, I first got to begin with saving money. But if the obvious and the logic that we have, if everybody followed logic, then no one will be broke. So it's not just logic that's involved in you and I building, reaching prosperity, you and I living a life that we want to live, because we know we can do it if we follow logic. But we don't follow logic. So since we don't follow logic, we know what's essential for us to do, but we don't always do what's essential, right? We don't always do what's essential. So, but the big question uppermost in the minds of the majority of those who do not save is, how can I do it? How many guys are asking that question this morning saying, well, how can I save? That could be something that you might be asking yourself. The saving of money is solely a matter of habit. As Bobby said, money is a tool. It absolutely is a tool. How we use that tool, though, right? Some people can use a hammer to knock some people upside the head, and some people use a hammer to build something, right? So it's a matter of how we use the tool, and most of us are wasting the tool, to live a life of frivolity. The saving of money is solely a matter of habit. For this reason, this lesson begins with a brief analysis of the law of habit. It is literally true that man, through the law of habit, shapes his own personality. Through repetition, any act indulged in a few habits. Ask yourself right now, what acts have you been doing religiously over and over and over again? Repetition that has now become a habit, and it could be a habit that you no longer want a part of your life, right? But you've done it for so long and done it for so much and for so long that it's now become a part of your character, a part of your personality. For example, there may be a person that's watching right now that lies all the time. They may not want to lie, but they created a habit of lying. And so therefore, even though they don't wish to lie, they still lie because that's the form, that's the habit they form. or whatever that may be. So we're looking at just the law of habit itself shapes your own personality as you look at who you are, and maybe some things that you want to change about yourself. It's going to come down to habits. And so in order for you to establish new habits, that means that you're going to have to start something and then do it repeatedly for long enough time that it now becomes a part of who you are. Whether that's going to school and learning a new trade, whether that's working out and working on your body and your health, whatever that may be, it's going to take that which it is that you want to become, start on that track to becoming it, and to repeating that process for so much that you kick the old habit out and the new habit becomes a part of who you are, right? So through repetition, everybody put in comments on repetition. Through repetition, any act indulged in a few times becomes a habit, and the mind appears to be nothing more than a mass of motivating forces growing out of our daily habits. Repetition. When once fixed in the mind, a habit voluntarily impels one to action. So now it's saying that we developed this habit, and this habit compels us into some action, right? If we had a habit of smoking weed, it go buy the weed. If we have the habit of drinking alcohol, it compels us to go buy the alcohol so that we can then drink the alcohol. But how many of us have the habit of building wealth? How many of us have the habit of establishing a legacy? How many of us have the habit of getting rich, right? The rich keep getting richer because they have the habits of being wealthy. And if we aren't rich, and if we aren't wealthy, if we're not on that road, then first we got to learn those habits, and then we have to activate those habits, and then we must repeat those habits. Now, let me ask you this. What's one habit? What's the number one habit that the wealthiest people in the world have, they say that they've implemented into their life? The number one habit. This is a very interesting topic. They say, out of all of the habits, out of all the things that they've done, all the real estate they've acquired, all the stock that they own, it all comes down to one habit that they say is the number one habit that they had for their success. Can anybody name that? Anybody know what's the number one habit that wealthy people say that they do on a regular basis that's helped them to establish the wealth that they have created? It's a good question. What's the number one habit? See, when I wrote the book, Black Billionaires Club, I was trying to find their habits. What's the number one habit that wealthy people say they have done consistently, repeatedly, over time that has helped them to build wealth? I'm gonna leave that question for you. I'm gonna come back to you because some of you guys got to think about it. If I give it to you right now, it just throws off the it just kind of throws off our our whatever that word is. Yeah, what's the number one habit? No one habit of rich folk. So, for example, follow a given route to your daily work. Your route to follow your given route to your daily work and to some other place that you frequently visit, and very soon the habit has been formed, and your mind will lead you over the route without thought or your part. Any of you guys ever drove home, and when you got home, you were like, "How did I get home?" Like you don't even remember going the route because you have gone the same route from work to home so often you can do it in your sleep, and you finally get home, you're like, "Man, I don't even remember the drive." Because your habits got you home, right? You go through the same journey, and now your habit leads you to where it is that you are or where it is that you want to be, right? So the same place. Good morning. What's going on? Tipsy Travel Cocktails in the building. Felix, you said, how can you afford it? I don't know what you're asking. Afford it? Are you saying afford the book? Or I don't know what you're asking about affording. But it's a habit. The habits that lead people to their job, their work have been formed. So now they can take those without any problem. So we're talking about the law of habit. So moreover, if you start out with the intention of traveling in another direction, without keeping changing routes constantly in mind, you will find yourself following the old route. You'll find yourself following the old route. And I've done that before too, right? I thought I was going one place, right? But I'm so used to traveling another place. So I'm on my way to the new place. And then maybe I get distracted by the phone, a phone call, whatever the case may be. And then I find my habits taking me on the old route. And I'll be looking, why did I take this left when I knew I was supposed to go right? But I was driving unconsciously and my habits kicked in and I started driving down an old route. So if you think about that, you can say, well, that might be why if I'm trying to go on a new route in my life, if I'm trying to move from being broke to rich, which is a new route, if I get distracted on my route, my habits will kick in and then I'll start traveling back down that old route of poverty, right? Because whether that's by distracted by a phone call, distracted by people, distracted by success, whatever that distraction may be for you. And I think each and every one of us, we have our own vices. We know what distracts us. We know what pulls us back in, right? I think the Sopranos say, every time I try to get out, they pull me back in, right? Every time you try to get out, your habits pull you back in. Your old habits pull you back in. Your destructive habits pull you back in. No, it's a quote from Robert that the kind of people are having saying, I can't afford it, instead of, oh, gotcha, Felix. That's right, man. How can I afford it? So when you start asking those type of questions, instead of saying I can't afford it, but how can I afford it? That means that you are a solution-based person. You're looking for a way to be able to afford that which it is you want in your life. Gotcha. That's gotcha. So let me get to answer your question. So the number one habit that wealthy people say they employ that have helped them to build wealth is the habit of reading. That's right. The habit of reading, right? They read. They are religious readers, studiers, always trying to find ways to elevate their mind so they can use their mind. See, I got to go back to the quote. They can use their mind. So as you guys may know, for those that are watching for the first time, I want you to remember this quote. And this is why for me, I'm committing to myself daily reading, which has always helped me, but sometimes I got away from it. So this is why I'm here today. And it says this, it says, if you empty your wallet to fill your mind, then later you can empty your mind to fill your wallet. Let me say that again. Empty your wallet to fill your mind. And then later you can empty your mind to fill your wallet. How many guys know that you actually get paid more for what you know than what you do? Let me say that again. You can get paid more for what you know than what you do. Right? You can get paid more for what you know than what you do. But most people only know how to get paid for what they do instead of charging people for what they know. See, what I'm doing right now is I'm sharing with you some things that I know. And I also understand that people are willing to pay me for things that I know, which makes working smarter a lot easier. I'm able to transfer the things that I know. For example, how to Bitcoin. That's something that I know. Although I invest in Bitcoin, although I build wealth through Bitcoin, although I grow my money through Bitcoin, I know how to Bitcoin. And because I know how to, people are willing to pay me to learn how to, right? So I'm getting paid more for something to show people how to than I would necessarily be getting paid doing it myself, right? So doing it myself. So empty your wallet to fill your mind, right? I emptied my wallet. You know, whatever this book was, it was, I don't know, let's just say it was $20. A $20 investment. I emptied my wallet, $20 investment. I opened it up and I started to fill my mind, right? Y'all got phones to y'all ear. Y'all got money to y'all ear. I got books to my ear, right? So I'm filling my mind. And now I'm going to take this that's now here, thing, marinating, circulating, all that good stuff. And then I am going to empty it out and I'm gonna get other people to pay me for what's up here. How many of you guys right now are saying I'm getting, somebody is paying me something up here? It's not something I'm doing with this. It's something that's up here that I've gotten someone to pay me at least $1 for. It's up here. It's something that you have some knowledge of application that you can teach somebody else to help them to be better at whatever it is they do. I see Tipsy Travels Cocktails. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure that you have learned something in your craft that someone else is willing to pay you for because you have been doing whatever it is that you do for some time. It's going to help somebody else to be better in their business. It's going to help somebody else to establish better habits. It's going to help them to be more efficient. And maybe you have or have not. You have not put that out for people to pay you for that which you know. Empty your wallet to fill your mind, and later you can empty your mind to fill your wallet. So that's the reason why I create classes, because so many people want to know how I am doing that which I do. And so in order for me to facilitate those requests, I have to put something together, package that people are willing to, that people will pay for, right? And then I can give them the knowledge to help them level up, and I get their money and they get their knowledge, right? So that's just how that works. So anyway, so the so let's keep on going. So public speakers, for example, I have found that the telling over and over again of a story, which may be based upon pure fiction, brings into play the law of habit. And very soon they forget whether the story is true or not. So we're talking about the law of habit, and this was just a section, or the beginning section in the habit of saving. So now we're going to move into the next section, and I'll finish up today's reading here, and we'll pick up another day. Now, let me tell you, for those that are watching right now, tell me how often do you guys want? I mean, I plan to do this every day, but obviously today's Sunday, so it may be different today than some other day. But the good thing about recordings is that, you know, I can do it and you can watch it later. So maybe you don't have to watch it live, but you can catch it later. I'm just trying to see maybe if there's a time that I might need, that might be better suited to do this for people. I like to do stuff in the morning. And the reason why I like to read at night, but I like to read in the morning because I'm fresh. I can capture it, and it can carry me through my day. And so I'll probably just do it in the morning. And I'll just, you know, I know my select people are going to be like, you know, it's a conflict anyway. So I'll figure it out. Now, I was going to ask you guys, but nonetheless. So if you just joined, man, just let me know where you are watching from, what city, what state, what country. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Again, author of the Black Billionaires Club. We are doing a giveaway. So if you buy the book, go to theblackbillionairesclub.com, theblackbillionairesclub.com, and I'm going to give you the class How to Bitcoin just by buying the book. But anyway, let's keep on moving through the habit of saving money. Walls of limitation built section. Again, we're going through the book, The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. That's the book that we're going through. And we are into the section Walls of Limitation. Everybody put in comments below, walls of limitation. Walls of limitation built through habit. Okay, what's up? Create Flex. That's what that say. Create Flex. Tipsy Travels. You said you were somebody on Facebook. You want to follow ERGJ Enterprises on Facebook. If you are there, this is what we'll be doing our broadcasting, teaching you guys about money, teaching you guys about stocks, teaching you guys about crypto. I can't do it through Instagram because I could, but I can't because it's like sharing screen. It's less difficult. So I'm trying to figure out all this technology. I'm just going to do what I can do, and then I'll work on progressing from there. But walls of limitation built through habit. Millions of people through life in poverty. A billion people go through life in poverty and want because they have made destructive use of the law of habit. Millions of people go through life in poverty and want because they have made destructive use of the law of habit. What's up, Rowan? Oh, I got you, buddy. Not understanding either the law of habit or the law of attraction through which like attracts like. Those who remain in poverty seldom realize that they are where they are as a result of their own acts. They are where they are as a result of their own acts. I'll tell you this, guys. It wasn't until I accepted personal responsibility for where I was when I was broke. It wasn't until I accepted personal. I said, you know what? I could blame so many different things, but I failed to blame the mistakes that I made. And until I accepted those mistakes, I accepted responsibility for those mistakes, I could never change and have recompense for those mistakes. So it wasn't until I accepted the part that I played in me building debt, that was the beginning of me getting out of debt. Because I said, this is where I am. This is the reality. I know that stuff. You want to have a vision board. You want to do all this stuff, right? But until you accept reality of this is what I have created, my own actions, my own ignorance, my own decisions have put me into this position. Well, once I accepted that for my life, I said, well, now I can change because I've accepted reality. I have dealt with the past, and now I'm in the present, ready to change my future. How many guys are saying you're ready to change your future? You say, I'm ready to change my future. See, you're ready to change your future. That means you have to accept your present. You have to accept the part that you played in your past, your presence. You are where you are as a result of your very own acts. That's called personal responsibility. Everybody put in comments on personal responsibility. That's personal responsibility. What's going on, Larry? What's going on? Sharon Terry's in the building. Oh, I got you. I know that Instagram feed is off and on. It's called personal responsibility. So fix in your mind the thought that your ability is limited to a given earning capacity, and you will never earn more than that, because the law of habit will set up a definite limitation of the amount that you can earn. Your subconscious mind will accept this limitation, and very soon you will feel yourself slipping until finally you become so hedged in by the fear of poverty that no longer knock on your door. Your doom will be sealed and your fate will be fixed. Think about this for us, a thermometer. If you set this temperature in your life for whatever income level that you have accepted in your own mind, right? Then that thermometer is level, right? And this is why you may feel like, man, I've been working so hard this year, but then they only gave me a 1% raise. Well, I know you may blame them, but have you really looked at you and said, well, hey, I've got set up in my life this limitation of income? See, the reason why I left corporate America is because I realized that insecurity, there's limitation. In order for my money to be secure, right? And this is investing stuff I'm gonna start talking out. In order for my money to be safe and secure, I can only get limited reward. You understand that, right? For your money, right? Your money in your savings account, you would consider that to be secure. But how much interest, oh God, no problem. How much interest are you able to earn in your savings account, right? So if you want security in your life, if you want security in your finances, then that means that you're willing to accept very little reward. And some people are at that position because they built their portfolio up. But if you're saying I want security, and this just goes beyond just money, guys. This goes into all aspects of your life. If you want safety and security, that means that you are accepting limitations. It wasn't until I realized that on my job, I had my job was capped. My job had a ceiling for me. But I understood for me personally that my talents, my skills, and my abilities, I can't do nothing about the connection. That's good old That's good old Instagram. I'm trying this Instagram live thing. My bad. That's why I said if you connected to me on Facebook, come over to Facebook. This is my first time trying this, so hopefully it work out. And my apology, I can't apologize for Instagram, so I'm doing the best I can there. I wish that Instagram would let you go live from your PC, because I never had no problem with PC. But nonetheless, I realized on my job that I would, and there's nothing wrong with the job. That's not what I'm promoting. But I realized for me that I was capped in my, there was a ceiling on my job. There was only so much money I could make, no matter how much work I did, no matter how good I performed. They was only going to pay me so much. But when I switched my thinking to say, well, hey, I can go from a limited position to an unknown, unlimited position, right? My job was limited. My job was known. I knew what I was going to get paid every week. I knew what I was going to get paid every year. I knew that whether I did work or didn't do work, that was what I was going to get paid. Then I moved over to entrepreneurship. It's unknown, which is very scary for most people. It's unsecure, which is very scary for most people. It's unstable, scary for most people. But it's also unlimited. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I decided for my life that I wanted to get into unlimited. I decided I wanted to get paid based off of my performance. For me in my life, that's the decision I made for my life. And when it's very, very interesting that once I got to unlimited, I also got into the most creative space in my life that I've ever been. All right. And some of you guys have been in creative spaces, and you get creative when your back is against the wall. You get creative in desperation. You get creative when you absolutely have to come up with something to figure something out. And those are the times where I would say the universe, God, whatever it is you believe in, works through you the most. That is at its very highest is when you are in your most creative space, because you have the power to create wealth and you actually are doing it through what is all up in here. That is the essence of, to me, that's the essence of that scripture of I have the power to create wealth. So I don't know how I got, so what I'm going to is that your ability, you and I, our ability is not limited. It's not. You have unlimited ability. But a lot of times we place an unlimited phenomenon into a limited box, into a limited space, and that limited space then crowds or minimizes or lessens our capacity. And then that's where you find yourself with a cap. That's where you find yourself at $30,000 a year for the past 5 years. That's where you find yourself not really beating inflation. That's where you find yourself not really making the kind of money that you know you are worth, because you never realized it was unlimited and you placed it into a limited position. Let me read this again. Fix in your mind the thought that your ability is limited to a given earning capacity, and you will never earn more than that. Let me ask you right now in the comments below, how much do you think your ability is worth? And when I say worth, how much should your ability be earning you today? Some of us think that $50,000, $75,000, whatever that is for you, whatever that number is, some of you guys think that that's all that I can make. And you say that's all that you can make because that's all that they pay you, not realizing that there's plenty more money that's out there that can be made. You just not making it. So what's that number for you if you have a number? And it's just being honest, man. We just having grown folk conversation. Like have you fixed in your mind that $40,000 is all that you can make? You see? So if you fix in your mind the thought that your ability is limited to a given earning capacity, and you will never earn more than that, because the law of habit will set up a definite limitation on the amount that you can earn. Your subconscious mind will accept this limitation. And very soon you will feel yourself slipping until finally you become so hedged in by the fear of poverty that opportunity will no longer knock on your door. Man, that's a very scary position to be in. Think about that. You get to a position in life where opportunity is no longer knocking at your door. How many guys understand this? That opportunity is always knocking. That there's unlimited opportunities, right? There are unlimited in this world. Opportunity is always knocking. But it's not that it's not knocking, it's that we can't hear the knock on the door. It's not that it's not available, it's that we can't see that which is available. Opportunity is always knocking. Your Heavenly Father is always trying to get your attention. The universe is always speaking to you. Nature is always trying to stay connected to you as a human being on this earth. See, so Sharon, thanks so much, Sharon. Sharon said, I don't have a number, but my passion is creating cocktails, and I've yet to figure my route with it. So you have a passion, right? You have an ability. So you have a passion, you have a burning desire to create these cocktails. You have an ability. You know how to create the cocktail. So you've already solved two issues. You got a burning desire and you got a passion, right? But now start talking about the plan, right? So now you need a plan. I definitely would, by design, it's another service that I offer. I teach people and I coach people, help them to figure it out. So figure out your route with it, right? Because inside of your route, Sharon, inside of this route that you got Tipsy Travels Cocktails. So you want to help people to feel good. You want to travel with it. So you want to be mobile, and you want to provide cocktails, right? So sounds like you want to have some type of listen. You're not finna get me to give you this coaching for free today. I see what's going on. Trying to get me to get this coaching for free today. Let's have some time to talk. It's not a link. I don't do links, man. You're on my business page. Just send a message to my business page, ERGJ Enterprises. We'll set up some time to have an initial conversation. I'm gonna help you out real quick though, because there's some people that are watching. They don't understand. They don't understand some of the things that I do. All right, so let's just do this real quick. All right, so you got a burning desire, you got a passion, you got an ability, right? You do something. You bring value to the marketplace. Now you got to figure out how to put something together that's marketable that people can buy. Now, when I heard Tipsy Travels Cocktails in the comments below, tell me what that is. Okay, to me it says you want to travel. In other words, you want to bring your service to the people, right? So I guess if they are having a bar mitzvah or they're having a Christmas dinner, they can come to them, right? So you want to have, it sounds like to me, you want to have a mobile alcoholic setup, whatever, right? But it also says to me, when I hear travels or cocktails, it could be something very simple like a golf course that's having a tournament, and they can hire you, can come up, set up, you can offer the cocktails out there. That's what it sounds like, right? But okay, all right. And then so you got cocktails that you're offering, you're traveling, and you're tipsy. So good, because that's what drinking does, help people to feel good. All right. So now you're saying, okay, well, that's the basis. That's why you created the name, in my opinion. Now you tell me if I'm right or wrong. I'm just sharing with you what I got from it. You created that name for that particular purpose. So now you gotta package that into a deliverable that's understandable to other people. That they can pay you for. But then you also just added, I love educating clients on what they are drinking. All right, so now you're saying that not only do you want to, now we're talking about the menu. Sharon, put in the comments below the menu. Now we're talking about the menu, Because not just on your menu are you going to have Sharon's Delight, whatever that is, you know, because I want me, you know, we might want some Sharon's Delight. But not only just some Sharon's Delight, but you're going to have inside of the Sharon's Delight an explanation of that which it is that they're drinking, right? Whether that's rum, vodka, whatever, right? But then your niche, all right, put in the comments below niche, your competitive advantage, right, is that you're educating your clients on what they're drinking. That is your competitive advantage. Now, you can do that a lot of different ways. You can do that through your menu. You can do that through, I'm visualizing, you can do that through some type of maybe you have 6 drink specials, and for those that want to get educated, you provide them with a little pamphlet, a little card that explains these different drinks. You can do that another way. You can set up tutorials, and you can say, okay, this week, Sharon, matter of fact, I'm gonna challenge you to do this. Now, see, this is what I get paid for, but I'm doing it for free today because I love my people. So Sharon, here's what I would suggest, because you're still developing your concept. You can start simply by choosing whatever drink. Give me a drink, or give me some alcohol, but let's just say vodka. And you want to educate people on what they're drinking. So let's start by educating people on vodka this week, or however long that takes you to educate people on vodka. So you're going to create your business structure, whether that's through Facebook, whether that's your own website, whether that's a blog, vlog, whatever, YouTube, all these different avenues that are mediums of exchange. Everybody putting comments on medium of exchange. I'm not exchange. When I say exchange, communication, medium of communication. Okay, you have videos on Tipsy Trial. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do some. Okay, we gotta connect. Make sure you connect with me. I can go through and see what you already have. I'm just flying off the cuff of what you shared. And just because you have videos on your Facebook page don't mean that people have seen your videos. So that's another talk about distribution. We gotta start talking about how to get people to see that which it is you've already created. You see what I'm saying? So if you got videos, but people ain't seen your videos, then you ain't got no videos. I mean, you do have videos, but you know, it goes back to this, right, Sharon? If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear the tree fall, did it make a noise? Oh, we get into some good stuff this morning, people. If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear the tree fall, did it make a noise? Oh my goodness. So I'm glad this is what I love to do. So Sharon is saying that, hey, I've got these videos that I've already began to put together, these educational videos, I'd imagine, about educating people on alcohol. I don't know what all that means, but she's the expert in that. But I got videos and nobody's seen the videos. So has her videos made any noise, people? This is why I do what I do. So have the videos made any noise? All right. So this is just a piece of what I do as a business coach, a small business coach, to help small business become big business. We help them to plan. We help them to conceptualize. We help them to take their concept from their idea from concept to conceptualization. So what I've just done very simply is hopefully to infuse some thoughts into a potential client that's bringing value into her life, right? She may start thinking different now. She may be like, oh, okay, now I got to figure some other stuff out. But we also have some more stuff to do, because there's more to this concept that we have to kind of get through, so we can help you actually to create a brand that that people will pay you for the services that brand brings. So for those, somebody else said drop a link. I missed it. Sharon. Somebody else said, anyway, if something like that is interesting to you and you're in that position, Aston, if you're on my Facebook business page, ERGJ Enterprise, just send me a message and then I'll follow up with you. We'll schedule an initial conversation so I can see exactly what you're doing, to see if I can help. I don't like to charge people money if I don't feel like I can help them. And then I'll see how I can help you to begin to bring these, to begin to refine your idea so you can actually create that can then be valuable to the marketplace, and people pay for value. Everybody put in console, people pay for value. People pay for value. People pay for value. So if you think about that idea that people pay for value, and for her, who's ever just been watching for the past 10 minutes, would you say that I just created value in the life of Sharon? Did I just add value to her life by simply sharing something that I know? Right? Something that I know, not something that I did. I'm talking, but I shared something. It brought value to her life, and now she's willing to pay me to bring more value to her life, because the value that I bring to her life is going to bring more income into her life later on in the form of her business. So I just started out talking about habit, and we moved into this Instagram thing just don't work, huh? I'm gonna have to stick to Facebook. I tried Instagram. I'm sorry. I'm glad you guys. I'll try again, but you know, I'm just gonna stick to Facebook. That's what I know. This Instagram stuff it's all short and it just cut off on me. So Instagram, YouTube, man. Facebook, YouTube. So I just shared very simply in this dialogue, how you, just like I just did, can bring value to somebody's life. How you, just like I did, can acquire a new client. How you can take something that you know, not something that you necessarily do, and you can get paid for it. So not only am I telling you something, I'm actually just showing you straight up. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, but Sharon asking whoever else, you're saying, hey, I need to get in touch with this guy. I've got some ideas that I want to thresh out and I want to put together. I want to, move into this space, however swiftly or efficiently or whatever. LaShonda's here. That's another one of my mentees. Just inbox me on ERGJ Enterprises. Let me know that you're interested. Just let me know what you're interested in. What I was sharing with her was something I do call Future by Design. We help design your future, help give you a blueprint to success based off where you are and where you want to go. And a lot of the conversation that I just had with her, even more, because I got to go more in depth with her, is some of the same conversations I had with you and help you shape the ideas that you have. Now, I don't know if we got off topic or not, because we were talking about the walls of limitation, right? Built through habit. And man, what's some things you guys learned already, by the way? I shared, we've been all over the place this morning, man. We started talking about how if a tree falls in the forest and then nobody's there, you make a sound. We've been talking about habit. People pay for value. Let's try to finish this up, man. We ain't gonna finish this section up, but we were talking about fixing in your mind that the knock on the door, your doom will be sealed, your fate be fixed. Coming out the book, The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. All right. So formation of the habit of saving does not mean that you shall limit your earning capacity. It means just the opposite, that you shall apply this law that is not only conserves that which you earn in a systematic manner, but it also places you in the way of greater opportunity and gives you the vision. Everybody put in comments below opportunity and vision. So the formation of the habit of saving, if you apply the law so that it not only conserves that which you earn in a systematic manner. So first you got you put a system in place. That's going to be your habit, right? But it also places you in the way of greater opportunity and gives you the vision, the self-confidence, the imagination, the enthusiasm, the initiative, and the leadership actually to increase your earning capacity. Let's talk about these for a second. We're going to stop right here. So you create a system, or you create the habit of saving money. Now, here's the deal. If you just think about this for a second, when I'm broke and I don't have money saved, I don't have money in the bank, I feel a certain way, right? I'm stagnant. Give me some, throw something out there, guys. What's some ways that you feel, or what's some things that happen to your character when you're broke, right? Or what are some ways that you feel, right? I'm stagnant. I'm not creative. I'm stressed. What's some other things you say, man? When I don't have no money, when I'm broke, when there's nothing in the bank account, I'm insecure. You know what I'm saying? I'm anxious. I'm worried, right? When you don't have money, right? And it's saying that when we establish the habit of saving, when we pay ourselves first, and we do that consistently, so now it become a habit, and it's a systematic manner. We do it no matter what. That we save a little money, right? But then it also places us in a position of opportunity and gives us the vision, gives us self-confidence, gives us imagination, gives us enthusiasm, initiative, and leadership, and also can help us to increase our earning potential, right? So having money in the bank or in your wallet or in PayPal or in some investments, or having a storehouse helps you to have peace. I think that's a good way to put it. Having money in the bank, one less thing you have to worry about, helps you to have a little bit more peace. I don't know about you, but I'm saying to myself today that I want more peace. I'm saying to myself today that I don't want stress. I don't want worry. I don't want anxiety. I don't want insecurities. I don't want to feel defeated. I don't want to be exhausted. I don't want to be unstable. And if all I got to do, and it may not be all, but if one of the things that I got to do is to just establish the habit of saving money, then am I willing to do that which I must do so that I can have peace? That's what I want to leave you with today. I want to leave you with that thought. Am I willing to do that which I must do in order to have peace? When you have peace, you have better health. When you're not stressed out, you have better health, which means, in essence, that you can have more wealth, right? Because you don't have to spend excess on keeping yourself healthy. Now, of course, you got to eat right and all that stuff, but a lot of the ailments that people face come from stress, which is the opposite of peace, I would say. And if this life that we live, a lot of the stress that people deal with, more often than not, has to do with money. I know that, you know, relationships and things like that can be stressful, and children can be stressful and all that stuff. But I'm specifically talking about finances, our money. And so I don't know about you guys, but I could use a little bit more vision. I can use a little bit more opportunity. I can use a little bit more self-confidence. I can use my imagination, because my imagination, it builds me wealth. My enthusiasm, it builds me wealth. My initiative, it builds me wealth. My leadership, it builds me wealth. And all of that, all of those characteristics can be elevated all by forming that habit of saving. Well, guys, what we've done today, man, we went through some of The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. Of course, we got off into helping our fellow man because that's just what I do. I got a heart for people. So I don't always pass the opportunity to help someone out, those that might be going through something. So, but this is a part of what you get when you tune in, when you just are here, when you show up. And this is a part of the Financial Book Club. And what we've done essentially is we've separated our businesses, and we've made sure that we are targeting those areas that people want. So if you're saying, hey, I want to learn about money, crypto, stocks, business coaching, entrepreneurship, that's where we're going to be here at ERGJ Enterprises. This is where I'm going to be broadcasting from. I've got to start separating that which I do and placing them in compartments. And somebody said to me earlier today, it's like a school. You don't go to homeroom to learn English, Spanish, math, and science. No, you go to math class, you go to Spanish class, you go to English class. So here at ERGJ Enterprises is money class. Okay, that's where we're going to be. We're going to be money class. Money and business class will be here. For those of you that might be watching, you might be on my personal page, wherever you might be. I also have a couple other classes. The other one is the Black Bookstore, Black Bazaar. So if you want to be in the Buy Black class, you want to be in class, well, that's going to be on the ERGJ Black Bazaar. That's where we're going to be broadcasting for that place to bring you Black entrepreneurs, to bring you opportunities to support your Black businesses, Black products, Black manufacturers. That's where we're going to have a new Black Wall Street Black Business Home Shopping Network. That's where that class is going to be. And then we have one more class for those that want to write a book. Again, I'm a published author. For those that want to support Black authorship, Black graphic designers, illustrators, editors, well, we're going to be at the ERGJ Black Bookstore. That's going to be where you're going to find Black authorship, Black authored books. That's also going to be where you're going to be able to find Black graphic designers, Black illustrators, Black publishers, Black editors. And that's also going to be where we're going to be able to help people that have a story to tell and they don't know how to get it out into a book or ebook and things like that. So again, if any one of those areas speak to you, here at ERGJ Enterprises, the money class, ERGJ Black Bazaar, the group economics, Black business class, and then ERGJ Black Bookstore, Black authorship. And you know where to go, you know what to like, you know what to follow. What I've said today is that you can get the Black Billionaires Club. It's the book that I wrote. It's about the 12 Black billionaires in the world today. Out of 2,000 billionaires in the world, only 12 of them are Black. Now it's down to 10. I wrote this book so that we can capture our history. But also, I'm giving away a free class with the book. If you buy the book, that class is going to be How to Bitcoin. You're going to be able to get that class through the end of the year. Bitcoin has changed my financial life. So I'm sharing with you and I what you can do. How to, if you decide that that's one asset that you want to get into. If you want to get into cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is the gold standard for cryptocurrency. And if that's something that you are interested in learning about, well, you can get the class, which is $50, or you can buy the book, which is $25, and you get the class with it. So either way, that's what we're going to be doing. So Black Billionaires Club. So Sharon, I'm glad to be able to help you today. Look forward to hearing from you. Anybody else, if you're saying you need some help with some stuff, you like what we're doing here, you want to have some one-on-one conversation about your personal situation, make sure you inbox us over at ERGJ Enterprises. That inbox. Please do not try to inbox me on my personal page. I am moving away from a lot of the personal stuff on Facebook. Facebook has always been for me. It has never been social media. Facebook has always been for me wealth media. I got on the Facebook for the purpose and intentions of doing business. And if you pay attention to the way the world is going, virtual business is business. And so I continue to plan to do virtual business. I'm still a person. I still care about you. I still love you. But that damn messenger be getting on my nerves. I don't know about y'all. I just have too much stuff going on. I can't keep up. And that was a big distraction for me. And I got to understand where my distractions are so I can stay the course with the new habits that I have established. So each and every day, guys, we're going to be bringing a broadcast to you. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern time with the Money and Power Show. That's where we're going to be looking at the market. We're going to be talking about what's going on in cryptocurrency. We got a big earnings week this week. Amazon and all these big companies are going to are going to be reporting their earnings. So we'll be going through. Sometimes I share some stock picks and stuff like that. I just really want to be a blessing. I really want to be able to help people to understand money and to build wealth. And I think a lot of it can be done right from the comfort of your home just by changing some of your habits. Well, at any rate, this is the Financial Book Club. This is ERGJ, certified financial educator. You know, I got to hit my music before we get up out of here, man. I want you guys to remember this, man. It takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build black wealth together, people. We absolutely can do it. We all that we got. But guess what, man? We all that we need. Man, you guys have a wonderful week, man. I'll talk to you soon.